Oh, nope. Okay, good too. Let's move on. All right, let's do it. Biggest thing in these word problems, key to success, know what each variable means. Hey, you do not have to make up any equations. I promise you I will give you every equation in every problem. It's your job. What number do I plug in for what? All right, so take this first one right here. We start out with 100 bacteria in this formula. B equals 100 to the 2t. Know what each variable means before we even get going. All right, B, that's the number of bacteria. T, periods of time. Each period's 15 minutes long. How many minutes will it take for the population of the bacteria to be 51,200? So I need somewhere in that equation to plug in 51,200. That's the number of bacteria. Tim? B. So 51,200. And really, I don't have a choice here. There's only one variable left, and that's the one I'm going to solve for. And I'll get back to that variable when we solve it at the end. All right, hey, hate to break it to you. I know it's been a little bit of a long break here. We've solved these before. We've done probably 2 days of those. If you look back somewhere in your notes. Where's the variable I got to solve for? Where is it?
For t.
Yeah, I know, but where is it? It's an exponent. All right, it's an exponent, which tells us I need to get the base and that exponent by itself before I even start talking about anything. So the 100 needs to get out of there. All right, if the variable I'm solving for is an exponent, the base and the exponent need to be completely by itself. How do I get rid of that 100 then? Let's start us off right. 10, how do I get rid of it? Divide it out. Divide by 100. Divide by 100. So you go, I'll do it with you. I go to my calculator, 51,200 divided by 100. 512, nice round number, huh? So 512 equals 2 to the t. All right, now what's your move? How do I solve these using that with the exponent?
By logarithm.
I got to do logs, right? I got to do logs. Once the base and the exponent is by itself, now I do log. Okay, I take the t, move it. I say down, but move it from its exponent spot. All right, good enough. T log 2. And if I do it to one side, better do it to the other side. Log 512. All right, still not there yet. How are you getting t by itself? Again, we've done these, so this is a little bit of a review. 1, how do I get t by itself?
Divide by.
Oops.
Divide the log.
Divide both sides by log 2. Please pay attention to your rounding directions. 50-pointer on Friday, 50-point test. And no half points taken off for rounding. That'll be a full point. And there is no rounding anyway. What am I talking about, right? Making sure you're staying on task here. 15. Howie, what do you got for T? 256. How'd you get that? Relax. You're going to get a throat punch here soon. Relax.
Yeah, 512 divided by
2. 2.
Log.
Log 2. Come on, one job. You're better than that. Okay, thank you. 9. This is why I say know what each variable means. Because if you box in 9, sorry, not done. Go back. T is periods of time.
9 times.
Each period is 15 minutes long. How many minutes is it going to take? Not 9 minutes. All right, not 9 minutes. I got to go down and take 9 periods and multiply it by 15. Got to know what each variable means. What are we looking at there now? 135 minutes. All right, questions, because this next one's just going to buckle up. Buckle up. Some of you may grab some tissues. Okay, might be some tears here or some bloodshed. Either one. Whoa! How about that equation right there? Wow. T equals TA plus T0 on the bottom minus TA again, all raised e to the negative k times t. Whew. All right, we're ready. And I list everything out here. I'm going to take my time, list everything out. I showed you guys what each variable represents. And this is, I'll apologize on this one. I should have did a part A and a part B because there's actually two questions in this whole paragraph at the end. There's two questions. So let me show you the first one here. Turkey's going to reach 100 degrees in 2 hours, sorry. 100 degrees in 2 hours. What's the value of K? All right, what's the value of K? So there's my first problem right here, part A. What's the value of K if the turkey reaches 100 degrees after 2 hours? The value of K. Hey, take a look. Here's K up here. So I need your help plugging in for every single thing up here except for K. Here we go. And plus you also have some stuff up here. 68 degrees, 3:25, 8 a.m. Ready? T. Look back. Right here. The temperature of the object after T hours. So I got to figure out what number do I need to plug in for that T. That's the temperature of the object after T hours. What do I want that turkey to be? 100 degrees after 2 hours, right? Everyone see that? So 100 degrees. I need it to be at 100 degrees. And that 2 will come back into play in a second. Everyone ready? T with the subscript of A. That's the temperature surrounding the object. So read through the problem. What's the temperature around the turkey? What do we got? What do we think? Which number am I plugging in?
68.
68 is your room temperature.
Oh.
Remember, this bad boy's in the oven, right?
320.
So there you go, 325, right? Plus, now talk to me, T0, the initial temperature of the turkey. That's my 68, right? Before I popped it in. You guys already told me TA was 325. Trick question, am I plugging anything in for E? Remember, that's a number. Raised to the negative, K staying K, and what's my time again? This 100 after 2 hours. So if you run it right, 2 minus 2K, that's fine up top. Again, just knowing what numbers to plug in. All right, I'm not assuming anything here. So can you take care of the parenthesis for me? 325 plus 68 minus 325. So I can take care of that.
Negative 257.
There we go, negative. So let me change that plus to a minus now, right? Minus 257 e to the negative 2k. Where's the variable I'm solving for? Where is it located? Exponent. Base. What's the base of that exponent? E. So I get that by itself. I need e raised to the 2k completely by itself. So I need to move over the 325 and the negative 257 here eventually. The e and the negative 2k completely by itself, please. What's your thoughts? What do you want to move over first and how? Howie, over to you. 15. What do you want to move over first here?
The 325.
Darn right. How?
The measure.
There you go. Boss move right there. Good. Move. Do your addition and subtraction first. I like it. So now I get negative 225 equals, don't drop the negative sign on the right, negative 257 e to the negative 2k. All right, let's go. Let's go. E to the negative 2k, still not by itself. What's got to move over next? 10? What's got to move over next?
The negative 257.
Yeah, on the run too. How you going to do it? Keep blowing the schnoz. How you going to do it?
Divide it out.
There you go. I think this is the one I wanted to tell you about. So I go to my calculator, negative 225 divided by negative 257. All right, remember, we have a choice. You can write that whole decimal, or if you want to be a little cleaner, change it into a fraction and write that instead. It's up to you. All right, but do not round that decimal. So I got 225 over 257 equals e to the negative. All right, I got it all by itself now. Why did I want it all by itself? So you can do what next? 10 again. Let's go, big dog.
Log it.
There you go. Take that negative 2k from its exponent spot, put it right next to the log of e, and I got to log the other side. Log of 225 over 257. All right, great job. Now you got to get k by itself. We got to move some things around so I can get k by itself. No. We got numbers, Tim. 4. Okay. We could divide by log e. If you got called on it, was anybody going to say divide by negative 2? Because you could do that first. Or if you want to be a superstar, could I do both at the same time? Yeah. So you guys decide what you want to do right now. Divide by log e on both sides. Then divide by negative 2. Or a reverse. Or if you're feeling saucy, do it all at the same time if you want. Your call. 2 steps or 1, I don't care. We're all going to get to the same spot. And then look up at the rounding directions nearest thousandth. Okay. What's up, stud?
I get an error when I do log E.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's because it's negative. You're putting a negative, but it's a positive 225 over 227. All right.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 6,000.
How many numbers do you guys have after the decimal? Got. Should have 3, right? Negative 2. 0.066 for K. Not ready. We're not done yet with that one. You all right, Jared?
I got 0.0125.
We got log 225 over 257 divided by,
Negative 2 log.
and we're not getting 0.066. Okay, here's why. When you don't put it into a fraction template, right now your calculator is just dividing by negative 2, and then it's going to multiply by log e. Okay, so put it in a fraction template, or put this whole thing on the right side, and this whole set of parentheses. See what I mean? It's going left to right, so it's taking the log of this divided by negative 2. calculating that as it goes left to right and then it's multiplied by log. You want it to divide by the whole thing.
Oh.
All right. Fractions.
With no breaks.
Everyone all right on this decimal here? I'm getting it on your calculator. We're all good before we go on to part B. Okay, stay with this question now. Hey, stay with this question. Determine the temperature of the turkey at 3 o'clock. What's the temperature of the turkey at 3 o'clock? Same formula. I'm not changing anything. And now you know the value of K. Now we know the value of K. So first thing, go back to that equation. What are we going to be solving for here? What's the temperature of the turkey at 3 o'clock? Out of all these variables here, which one do I want you to solve for? Just T. So we're plugging in everything on the right side. Everything's going to get plugged in on the right side. So ready? T. Here you go. T equals, nothing's changing, right? 325 surrounding temperature plus 68 minus 325 again. Now here's where things are going to change up a little bit. Take a peek. E to the, we already got the K value. Yes, we found the K value. E raised to the negative 0.066. And again, why is it negative? It's in the formula. It says negative K. Now here's where you got to be careful. What are you plugging in for T? Everyone sees 3 p.m., so I'll plug in 3. I'll plug in 3. No.
7.
No. When do we pop this bad boy in?
8.
8 o'clock, right? And we want to know it till 3 p.m. That would be 7 hours. Okay, so for T, we're plugging in 7.
Is this supposed to be subtraction between 68 to 325?
That's what's in right here, Tim, right? Minus,
Oh,
right? I'm still using the same formula. So that's why it's minus. And there you go. You don't have to log anything here. We're just plugging all that in one step in our calculator.
But it wasn't even that big. It was all powder. It was like,
How hot is that turkey going to be, huh? At 3 o'clock? Pretty hot?
not enough to eat though.
Probably not.
Gotta get 180.
Is that the standard turkey eating temperature?
How do you, yeah, did you get an answer? It reached half.
Sorry, I had it.
Do you like my brain?
Burn dollars cholesterol.
Yes,
What is
analysis.
What is AW lately?
I love the kid.
Do you?
Yeah, those were the good nice to speak
I
on.
don't like the people.
No, I don't.
My man's a teeth. My
You don't like the people. How do you not like the people?
it's like my sister-in-law's a teacher.
Oh, I'm
I don't
forgetting
like
the E.
one girl.
I'm so
No,
slow.
there's a problem right here.
Oh.
Why? Is that the person that you don't like?
Oh,
163 degree bird here.
Oh, she's not. Why?
Rounded to the nearest degree. 163 degree bird.
No.
Everyone's good? Yeah, that's the toughest one right there. A lot of variables to plug in for. A lot. All right. Nope, next one here. All right, some substance starts off at 140 grams at 3 and then ends up at 100 grams at 8. All right, so I start off at 140 at 3 and then by 8 o'clock it's down to 100. Here's the equation we're going to use. A equals A0 1/2 T over H. So it looks like A0 there is the initial mass and A is the mass after 3 o'clock. T hours after 3. All right, help me use this equation to solve for h. And then we're going to do something different with it here. So in part A. All right, help me solve for h. Anybody confident in what to plug into any of those variables right now? I think probably you should be pretty confident in the initial mass, right? A0. What's our A0 number?
140.
$1.40, right? And then what's our A value on the left there? What do we want it to be? 100, right? 1/2. Now here's where you got to be careful. We are solving for h, so h will stay h. What about the t though?
5.
Why 5?
3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
3 to 8 p.m. That's t hours. That's 5 hours. Yep. So t is going to be 5 hours after. All right, let's go. I'm going to actually help you solve this one because there's a little something different at the end. Exponent variables got to get alone. So what do you want to move over first, and how you doing it? Oh boy, 4 again here. What do we want to move over? $1.40. How? Good. All right, here we go. Divide out the 140. Same thing as we've been doing. 100 over 140. All right, you don't like that decimal? Change it back to a fraction. Clean it up. We got 5/7. Nice. All right. I got base and exponent all by itself. Next move, if base and exponent are by itself, 12.
You can log it.
Log it. Good, good. Bring that 5 over h out of its exponent spot and log the 1/2. And make sure you log the 5/7 on the other side. Got to get h by itself now. H by itself. What do you want to get rid of next? 6. What do you want to get rid of next? Fine with me. How? Yep. Got to get that out. You don't have an option here. You got to get the log of 1/2 out. Put it in a fraction template. Here, this next step is what I'm concerned with. I don't think that decimal turns back into a fraction, unfortunately, kids. Sorry. Not really. Because the next step's not multiplied by 5. The next step's not multiplied by 1/5 either.
We need to find.
I still need to get h though. Multiplying by 1/5 won't help. Yeah, if I multiply by 1/5, that'll get rid of the 5s, and what am I still left with? 1 over h. H is still where it is, so I can't multiply by 1/5. How about I do this for you? Even though it's not written, what's this all over? Does that help at all? Cross multiply now, right? 5 equals 0.485, that decimal, times h. Now everyone can see how you get h by itself. Ooh, look at those rounding directions too. Mind blown. 10,000. How many numbers should I have after the decimal here? 10,000. 10,000? 4, right? 1,000th is 3, so 10,000. I should have 4 numbers after the decimal here. 10.3002.
Oh, we still need to find out.
Okay, last part of this question, because the first part was to find H. Ready? Second part. Tell me how long it's going to be to hit 40 grams now. How long is it going to take to hit 40 now? You know H now. We know the H value, so we can plug that in. How long is it going to take to hit 40? All right, what are we starting out with now?
40.
40 now equals still everything 140, 1/2. What are we solving for now? Determine when the mass to the nearest hour, T over H, which we just found, 10.3002. I'm not even going to bother. You go ahead and solve it. Not even going to bother calling on numbers. What's your first step? What's your next? We should be good here. Get the 140 out of there again. Log both sides. When you get down to it, should be 18.6 hours when you get down to it. Any help on the calcs or moving over stuff, logging both sides to get 18.6? Divide by 140, take the log of 1/2, and then multiply both sides by 10.3002 at the end. All right.
Yeah, I know, just a point.
See, we're all right. Your log of 2 7s over log of 1/2. Yep. Oh, we would divide by.
She
would multiply by. Because you get T over 10.3002 equals that decimal. And then you would multiply both
That was
sides
like
by.
really
No,
quick.
no. Saturday night.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not over here. We're solving for T now. Right? So that's why you multiply both sides by that 10.3002. Okay. Everyone else, we good? All right, last one here, then you get started on the assignment. This last one should feel like a feather compared to the last one, or last two. All right, little Sue's here. $500 in the account. 5% with this formula. We've seen this one before, huh? APERT. Compounding continuously. All right, how long is it going to take for her to double? How long will it take for her to double the account? Well, P is the amount she put in, which is 500. So if she put 500 in, what do I want in for A? double the account, right? When's it going to hit? 1,000. E stays E. Here's my only concern. What are you plugging in for R? Because it's not 5.
0.0.
It's got to be 5% as a decimal. And if you still aren't sure about that, just take your calculator, 5 over 100. 0.05. How long does it take? T. Get the 500 out of there. Log the E and the 2 on the other side. It's going to be in there for a while before it doubles. $14. Here's what I would like to happen right now. You go on to the assignment. After you finish a problem, let me check it so you can move on to the next instead of me looking at the 3 of them at the same time and something wrong with each of them. This will just help us start with no school possibly tomorrow, get us to that Friday finish line to take the test. So go ahead. And also, hey, these problems you're doing now for the assignment, it's one question only. It's not 2 parts. So don't worry about solving 2 parts. One question only, and that's it. All right, so get to it. Let me know when you're done so I can take a look. And they shouldn't be too bad here. Number 2 is a little bit tricky, but